What's up, everybody? Pizzo, Perdita, back with you. We had the best Canadian track and field athletes in Langley, BC for the national championships, running, jumping, sprinting, doing everything. But we also had a pretty interesting ceremony that was necessary because remember, at the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, the men's relay team, the 4x100 relay team, ended up with the bronze medal. It has since been upgraded because a member of the Great Britain team tested positive for PEDs. So they go from bronze to silver, and they had a ceremony for it. And it's interesting because it's nice to see. I like the fact that they got that ceremony. But it's also one of those things that I always bring up when you hear about somebody testing positive, especially years later. A lot of these athletes get robbed of this moment, especially if you finish fourth and then you suddenly get a bronze medal in the mail a couple of weeks later. Your thoughts on ceremonies like this and just what it means when someone tests positive later on?
Okay, so look, everyone loves an upgrade. You ever been at the airport and you're like,
Never got one, Perdita. I'm not some big Canadian track star. I'm back in coach.
Well, let me tell you, up front, it's really nice. Okay? It's really cool. So everybody loves an upgrade, and I don't think any of these gentlemen are, feel, flustered by this at all. Like, it's not the same. But I think you're right. What happens is, you're an athlete here who crossed the line in a certain position. They wouldn't have celebrated necessarily any differently, but it's a lot of the things that you miss out on. So if they got sponsor bonus, which most of them did, let's say bronze is worth $25,000, silver is $50,000, gold in the relays, $75,000, $100,000. You now can't go back to Nike or Adidas or Asics and be like, remember 2 years ago, remember that check? Can you give me the extra cash? They don't do that, so you miss out. And what you said to me is key. This team, very marketable, right? For them, probably just a little ripple effect, right? But to your point, someone who was fourth, who never got to be on the podium, who never got to be, have the park in their hometown named after them, or the public school. They miss out on all of that, and you can't put that genie back in the bottle. And even if you do the ceremony at your national champions and all those things, it is great. But the years you think about thinking of yourself as an Olympic medalist or thinking of yourself in a certain way, you lose out on that. And what would the trajectory of that athlete's life had been had they been on that podium, had they won?
And that comes into play for a fourth place finisher, but I also think it comes into play when a silver gets upgraded to a gold.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to diminish anything about silver, but when you're running a race, you run to win the race. And you talk about the people who already have sponsorships, and maybe it's a little bit of a ripple effect, but maybe someone who doesn't.
Yes.
How many millions of dollars they could have lost on sponsorship money had they, not had to wait 1, 2, 3 years for something like that to happen. Is there anything we can do? We can sit here and complain about it on Athletics North. I don't have a solution.
And I think, listen, people are always gonna cheat. People are always gonna dope, unfortunately, and this is the casualty of that happening. With these medals, when they get them, to your point, sometimes they just show up in the mail. Sometimes you don't even have this big pageantry. Someone's got, fingerprints and the scuff marks that you didn't get to put there. Someone else has put that on them. What can you do? You can make bans stiffer and harder, but in my opinion, track and field has one of the stiffest, penalties for doping in sport that there is. But the testers just have to get better, get smarter. We have to make sure people know there's going to be harsh consequences for you to do this. But when I saw the athletes getting their medals in Langley, they seemed so proud, they seemed so happy, as they should. But I also, let me say this, I have a little bit of empathy for the team that lost their medal, because remember, it was only one of the athletes on there that was caught for doping. The level of betrayal you'd have to feel, Team England, Team Britain, for that to be one of your teammates, that devastation. I mean, there's basically carnage all around, if you look at it. I mean, it's a harsh word to use, but you understand what I'm saying. There's fallout all around.
One could argue they wouldn't have won the medal without, him using performance-enhancing drugs. So either way, yes, I do feel bad for the other three, but Canada goes from bronze to silver. So Canadian track fans loving that. You have a permanent gold medal for coming on this show with us.
Are you gonna have me back?
Of course we're gonna have you back. All right. So enjoy. Thanks for watching.